Good morning, beautiful souls. This is Virginia. Welcome to your pick a card reading. So today is New Year's Eve and I'm really excited to do this reading because we have a lot packed in to each one of these readings. I have brought out a tarot deck for the 3 readings and I shuffled, and whatever fell out is what I put on the top. So that is what I'm going to ask you to choose from. So to decide which direction that you want to go, whatever you're drawn to. In this reading, I'm going to draw a crystal, a number, and an animal as you walk through the first week of 2025 to see what's coming in with you to help guide you. Then we're going to draw a card of inspiration and a card of challenge. And then we're going to round it out with a couple more oracle cards and your tarot cards. We'll reveal more about these as we go forward. So pile number 1, the card that came forward for you is the King of Wands. What I love about this is, as you can see, we have 2 kings flanked by this ace. And so we have really big cards for each one of the piles that are coming out today. So for pile number 1, you have the King of Wands. This is creative energy, and with this dragon on here, dream time. Then for pile number 2, you receive 2 cards, which is the Ace of Cups, about new heart-centered beginnings and being in your true creative power, with the Queen of Wands. This is a really magnificent way to begin these readings. And then finally, we have 3 cards that came forward here for pile number 3. 1, the King of Wands, which is that creative aspect, that moving forward with your ideas and creativity. The Knight of Wands, being able to, have a youth, a little bit of a kind of unpredictable energy around that. And then with the Lovers cards, being able to either unite with someone in this creativity or being able to unite ideas in this creativity. So those are the 3 piles. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Take a moment and I'll be right back with your reading. Thank you so much for being here at the Art of the Oracle. I look forward to reading for you. All right, reading number 1. We have a lot to do in this reading, so let's get right to it. You have chosen the deck, which is the Owl Tarot. And it looks like the King of Wands is going to start us off with this reading. Now, I'm going to put the King of Wands over here, and then we're going to bring out more tarot as it goes forward. As I mentioned in the setup, so the King is bringing about this divine masculine energy, this energy of getting stuff done, and in a very creative way of listening to his ideas, his creativity, and perhaps if you've had dreams about something that you wanted to bring forward into 2025, this is a really powerful way to start off your reading. Now, I want to bring in 3 elements. 1 is a crystal element. So I'm going to ask for, what is your crystal energy coming in to 2025? I think it's this one right here. And this one is Tiger Eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and move to the energy of the, well, this one fell right out. So we're going to take this one, 2424, for your numerical or number to pay attention to as you move into 2025. And then we're going to look at an animal. So these are the 3 spirit energies that are coming in with you to help guide you into this 2025. So let's see, what is the animal energy that would like to come through? I'm hearing kind of cut the deck, which I never hear. All right, so we have elk energy, and I guess this one wants to come out too, because they both showed themselves to me, but I was only going to take 1 card today. So let's go ahead and put these 2 cards out here. Now let's start here with the Tiger Eye. So take a look at this. So Tiger Eye has a beautiful energy around protection. A lot of people put it in their pocket or wear it in jewelry for protection and guidance. It can also be a calming stone. So if you have anxiety, this apparently should be in some, you can, call on the energy of it if you don't have a crystal like this in your possession, you can just call on the energies of Tiger Eye, because it's also around communication and intuition, which is interesting because we started off here with this kind of dream time lizard that was showing up here. So this card, yeah, it can help you go through any challenges that you might have with any sort of unbalanced emotions, if you're feeling that. So it can help calm you. It could help you move forward with better communication. And yeah, tap into a deep sense of intuition for you. So now we're going to move into this unconditional love card. So when you think about unconditional love, what does it really mean to you? This is one of these things that, do we really understand what unconditional love is? I love, love, love having unconditional love, but it's hard to find, right? Because there's almost always a condition around it. So as you move forward, perhaps someone is going to share the meaning or the value of unconditional love with you, or you can share unconditional love with others. But this is also around being able to harness your goals and your strength. And again, balance and compassion and joy as you move forward into the new year. So I love this card is coming out for you. So now we have animal energy. So we have a lot of really great energy with this overarching energy of the king around creativity and being aware of your own power and what you want to get done in a creative way as you move forward. I feel like the King of Wands is a good combination of creativity, which is a divine feminine element, with the king, which is this outwardly focused, being able to get stuff, get her done kind of situation. So that's what the king is bringing in for you. Now, elk is a really beautiful energy to come out when you're moving into the new year. It's asking you to, it's the message is around stamina, being able to stay the course. So as you move forward and you have these elements around you, this unconditional love, this communication balance that is coming in with all these cards, and this king energy that's helping you get it done. It's like the elk energy is also bringing in more of that energy. And then again, we have numbers. So if the 3 numbers mean anything to you, you know, and if you look at 2424, that's going to add up to 12, which is going to end up adding up to 3. So these 3 energy may also resonate with you. So, you know, what that's telling me, because it came into my awareness, is you don't have to look at everything at the surface level. There is something more hidden below everything that you're seeing as you move into 2025. So I think that we're going to hear, I mean, I'm hearing it, which is interesting, information from, you know, like a council of light and energies around Arcturian energy, which is all very new for me. So I'm asking you to take a look at everything that I'm bringing forward for you today, but also, you know, follow your heart, read into your intuitive body and see how things are resonate with you. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but also to see that there's more than what you've been seeing in the world up to date. I feel like there's more in each one of the readings. I feel that's just the way it's been. Like I've been bringing out these dualistic cards that are coming out. So I think that there's a lot of messages that are going to start coming in for you. And this, you know, these are both bringing in clear communication and calmness as you move forward. So it's nothing to worry about, but stay the course. Just be aware that as you look at something and you see it, feel into your heart and see where you're going with that energy. So the elk medicine kind of comes in to teach us how to pace ourselves as we're moving forward. I think 2025 is going to be a really busy year. If you just look at astrology, there's all kinds of new changes that are coming out, right? We've gone into this Aquarian age. We here in the US have a new president. We have all these transits that are happening, all these cardinal signs they say are moving. I don't pretend to know or understand what all that means, except that there are a lot of things happening and big changes coming. So the elk medicine is asking you to kind of take on a little bit of this king or warrior energy that allows you to stay the course, stay focused, and stay present in the moment. With what I'm hearing in my mind's eye is that is that it's important for you to be aware of not just looking on the surface of things, that there are clues and guidance within everything that comes into your experience as you move into the new year and throughout the year. So I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook here. It says, Elk could also be telling you to look at how you are holding up physically to the stresses in your life. So, and to pace yourself so that you can maintain equilibrium and balance. And this energy is very important for you to be able to go throughout the year. To take on, it says vitamins, high energy foods, that kind of thing. So it's asking you to kind of notice what's going on in your body. And you know, that could also be one of these underlining things that I'm hearing, that it's important for you to pay attention to. You know, if something starts aching, I work with energy medicine, so I know that when pain strikes in the body, it's trying to tell you something. So there's something underneath everything that you're experiencing, and be aware, just really be aware of what you're experiencing in each moment. Now with the elk energy, it's a call to action. So it's, you know, also that king energy about moving forward, right? And these two animals, I love that they're kind of feel a little bit similar, right? They both are horned animals. They both run in herds of animals. And so they're kind of saying the same information about you having stamina. Pay attention, move together, possibly in groups. That could be one of the reasons why this is coming out this way. So there's a lot of information in the guidebook when it comes to these animals. But one of the things that I love is that they give you kind of like the history of how the animal and the Indians saw the sacredness of all life. And that again is an underlining theme of what I think is going to move forward for you in 2025. Pay attention to not just what the thing looks like on the surface, but there's a history behind it. There's an energy, a frequency. There is so much more for you to be able to receive than what it looks like on the surface. So it says, that how important it is for you to, one, be knowledgeable before you take action, because this symbol is kind of like asking you to pay attention to your intuitive self. It's the understanding of when, you know, your hair stands on end, there's something telling you something, or you're getting an energy shift. Don't ignore those things that are coming in. Pay attention to what's going on. Those are outward actions that your body, if you take your brain out of it, is tapping into. So there is something more than what seems like on the surface. So it says, when antelope has bounded into your cards, the time is now and the power is within you. So it's also asking you not to dally when you have ideas, because I think it's going to be such a fast moving energy as we, you know, move into 2025. I think it's extremely important for us to follow our instincts, to be able to listen to everything that's going on. So we're going to ask, where are you on this journey as we move forward? So we're going to tap into the journey cards here, another oracle deck. Wow, lots of cards coming out here. All right, I had to pause the video because they really literally went flying everywhere. I need to learn to hold on to these cards a little bit better, apparently. But the card that showed or presented itself is the Cosmic Flow card, which you can see right here. And I love this because I think it's tapping into the wisdom of what all the other cards are saying, right? How important, sorry about that, how important it is for you to be in the flow, for you to understand what's going on here. You know, you've got this beautiful rainbow. It could be around rainbow energy. If rainbows are, you know, look for keys, signs. Communicate with the universe, communicate with yourself, and ask, you know, for the energy outside to show you a sign. You decide what sign that is. Maybe it is a sun, or you see a sun somewhere and it tells you that you're on the right path, or a rainbow, or a river, or the mountains. Whatever it is, it's asking you to stay within the flow of this kind of energy that's going on, so you understand what's going on. I'm going to take a peek into the guidebook, see if there's anything more there, but that's what I'm getting from the understanding of being in the cosmic flow, is that there is more, as we were talking about at the beginning of the reading, than what is on the surface. There's a whole world, there's a whole cosmic layer to everything that you're seeing. And that's one of the information, one of the things that has been coming to me is the importance to understand that there are multiple layers within our world, and a lot of which has not been available to us. And this is telling us that you're part of something really big, something way bigger than you. So it says, stay with the cosmic flow. Don't stop and let things get stagnant. And when things become blocks, jump over the hurdle, go around the hurdle there. And that's what I think this stamina and this call to action was, is if something seems like it's kind of getting in your way and intuitively that that's the direction that you should be going in, stay in the flow. Open up and allow that gentle guidance that, we were talking about with the, energy that you're feeling, or your heart, something you just know. I have one of those clairs within me that just has the ability to know. And sometimes I don't know how I know what I know, but it's just that thing that it's hard to explain. But if you have that, if that's one of your clairs that is really strong within you, you understand what I mean. It doesn't make sense necessarily. You just know that it's true. So that's what the cosmic flow is bringing in, again, to stay. Okay, so the card coming out here is Spirit Mamas, the Mother Alchemist. And I love this. This was in a different reading. I think it was I think we had a reading around the Mother Alchemist last week. But the Mother Alchemist, as you can see, it's a very creative energy and a very soft energy. It's this divine feminine around the ability to understand that you're bringing something forward into this year, something creative, something new. You have her all in white, which tells me it's kind of a divine energy that's coming through. And I'm going to go here and read a little bit because they generally say it better than I do. It says, this card serves as a reminder to lean into your power. I love that because I feel like we started off with this king energy that was also telling us that, to kind of lean into this creative energy, the power, this dream time with the, you could call it either dragon or lizard energy. We're stepping into the year of the snake, which I think is also related to dragon and earth mama energy, magic kundalini energy. It's a very, very powerful symbol as we move ahead. So it says you are currently facing, hold on just a second. There's like 2 pages here. It says, whatever you are currently facing can be transformed by going inward and allowing your emotions and feelings to arise. So as an intuitive energy worker, that's one of the things that I know is sometimes we don't want to deal with something, so we just kind of pack it away, but it doesn't go anywhere. So energy, just can be transmuted. It doesn't die off just because you didn't like something and you pushed it away. It's still there. So what is it going to become? It could become a pain in the neck. It could become, literally like a sprained ankle, any of these things, because energy, if you don't deal with it and really feel that emotion, can transform into something that your body wants you to deal with, so it can give you a pain or something. So make sure that you pay attention to that. It says you are a badass who has dealt with hardships before. So just allow yourself, whatever is going to happen in 2025. And I think there's a lot of really interesting energies that are going to come forward as we move into this year, some of which we have probably never experienced before. They've said that the planetary alignment that should be coming forward, I think all the planets that are shifting will be done by, I think it's March, and that it's been thousands of years since this kind of alignment has been lived on this earth. So all the energies, I think, are going to be new. So as you tap into the Mother Alchemist, she's saying that it doesn't have to be just what it is, that you are a true alchemist. Stand in your power. Know that you can create, which is where we began with this King of Wands, whatever it is that you need to turn something from one thing to the other. Just be aware and act on whatever it is that you're feeling. Now, I've asked for a card of inspiration, and I've decided to use the beautiful Divine Feather message. So what is our inspiration? I kind of feel like it was this one. Did you see that? It kind of like raised up. So I think that that's your card of inspiration. Wow. Okay. I love Raven energy. It says the universe is calling you to notice important synchronicities. So there we are again, is that we're back into that space where we have to pay attention to what we're experiencing in the world. Everything is a gift. And have you ever heard like people say that before? It's like, you know, one of the hardest things in your life became one of your biggest gifts. That's what I'm getting from this, is that notice the synchronicities, notice what's coming into your life over and over again, whether it's numbers, whether it's phrases, whether it's images, whether it's feelings, whether it's people. There are things, those synchronistic things where everything just kind of falls into place for you is divinely inspired. And the Raven brings in that sort of magic to remind you about that. So it's also, so he brings in more power. This was around power, standing in your power, standing in your creative, active mode, and flowing with whatever happens is really, that's your overarching theme here in this particular reading. So it's around insight, prophecy, and power. So prophecy is something that, you know, is foretold from the past, you know, which could be something that, you know, is a collective prophecy, or it could be something like, you know, in your family, everybody does this, right? And so then something like that is coming to be. So, but the Raven message is around power. So if something is prophesized and you don't like it, then be the alchemist and change whatever that is. So it says Raven's message is one of empowerment, and his call awakens you to notice your personal power and to accept this as your truth. That was one of the themes in the Mother Alchemist, to accept what it is. Don't try to push it away. Stay with the flow. If something is showing itself to you, there's a purpose in it, even if you don't understand it when you're first looking at it. So if there's anything that I can impart on you to take forward into the new year, is that pay attention to what's going on. Everything is there for a reason. You don't have to dive into everything, but notice and be aware of what's happening and understand these synchronicities as they move forward. It says you're being called to notice signs, synchronicities, and what the universe is trying to awaken within you, your true inner wisdom. So that is the inspiration. The inspiration is the Raven. So when you see like these blackbirds or something somewhere, a Raven image, notice that it's calling you back. The universe is calling you to notice something very important that's going on at that particular moment. Now we're going to go into Kali and bring about something that you may need to be aware of that could be a challenge. Now, one of the reasons why I brought out Kali is because Kali is kind of a badass herself, and she can break through challenges, but challenges are brought forward so for us to be able to be aware of what's going on, not for us to, you know, get stuck in them, but sometimes we can. So this is the beautiful image that we have here. It's Mahakali. It says you can trust in what's happening now, and it will give way to a new expression when the time is right. That right time will be the best time when your readiness matches the requirements for success. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Your progress is spiritually protected. I love that, because what were we getting over here with these cards? Stamina, keep moving forward, stay to action. You know, you have to trust in your heart. That's where we started with this whole, you know, reading, is be able to trust in this intuitive thing that's flowing through your life right now. So let me find, I have so many cards here. This is crazy good. All right. So I hope you're enjoying the reading so far. Let's wrap up with some tarot, and please give me the final message here for reading 1 as we move into this first week of 2025. Yeah, so there's a lot of energy going on. I love that, again, this is this rainbow energy. It's wanting me to notice the rainbow energy. So the first card that came out here is this Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's you know, put an end if it hasn't already ending, but it's a theme that's coming into the new year, is that the importance of ending those old ways of thinking. That's what I think that you're going to find as you move forward, is that you're going to look at things in a new way, and you're going to put an end to like maybe old limiting beliefs you had about what you can do or what this thing is, or put an end to the belief that you can't have this thing that you really held in your heart, or anything that kind of limits you to this or that. I think what we're going to learn as we move into 2025 is that we are both. And interesting, look at this, is that we have the Eight of Swords energy. That's like he's sitting on, I love that these two energies are coming out together. It's like he's sitting here on this little island all by himself, and he's surrounded by his thoughts. So it's asking you to put an end to these limiting beliefs that are really keeping you isolated in your way of thinking, that there's a lot going on in the world around you. Just because he can't see, because he's bound himself up with his own beliefs, doesn't mean that there's more things to experience on the outside. So let's see if there's anything else, or if that is the end of your reading. Yeah, make sure that you don't put yourself in a box. I feel like it's this one right here. The Page of Wands. I love this because this energy is taking us back to the creativity. And interesting, as you can see this, let me pull this card out over here. You know, this is the younger version of the king, right? So what it's telling me is this is where you're going. He's also got a little lizard. He's holding on to it because he's not sure exactly what to go with it. It's that new energy, new ideas, new developments that coming forward. And then when you are, you know, more secure, you're sitting in that place of power. And it's asking you to take these energies that are coming into you right now, these thoughts and things that you're holding on to. This, you know, again, lizard is a theme going on here. And overthinking is a theme going on here. Putting an end to this isolation that you're in your own thoughts is all ending. And take charge. This is a new beginning for you to really listen to your dreams, listen to your heart, listen to your creativity. You have what you need to move forward. Any challenges that are coming forward, you can change into whatever it is that you know, you can alchemize it. You can transfer the energy into something that is serving you. And don't forget, the universe is calling you to notice really important synchronicities. So thank you, pile number one, so much for being here. I've really enjoyed your reading. If you liked what you heard, please hit the like button. And I'd love to see you here again. So hit that subscribe button as well. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye now. Right, pile two. This is for you. All right, so you have chosen the Light Seers Tarot. And so the first cards that came out for you is the Ace of Cups. We're going to bring these back at the end of the reading. The Ace of Cups is about this new beginning. It could be a new beginning in love. So this is around the first week here as we move into January, which I also think, as you know, we're coming out of this new moon phase, it's an opportunity for you to make a wish around whatever it is that you desire. So, you know, a lot of times we have these New Year's resolutions, but I think that that is, as the word resolution is resolving something for either the previous year or resolving an issue that you're bringing into the new year that you want to get rid of. And I think that what this is saying is that let's look at it as, what is it that you want to bring forward in the new year? Look at, where is your heart being drawn to? What is it? And it could be around health. It could be around love. It could be around a new career. It could be around creativity, because we also have the Queen of Wands here, which is, I love this because every time I see this card, I hear this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. And that's what I'm seeing. It's like she's standing, or sitting rather, in the light, in her own light of creativity, and she's risen to the creative instincts that have brought her to this moment. And so it's a very powerful image of this woman really knowing where she wants to go and to move forward. And I think that it's going to start with this knowing, this inner awareness that you have as you move forward in 2025, and you make the decision about what it is that you really truly want. What is your heart leading you in the direction of as we move forward? So in the descriptions of this reading, one of the things I wanted to do is to bring in energies or themes for the new year for you. So pile number 2, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to ask for a crystal for you. What is a crystal that you are bringing into this new year? And it's crystal awareness, really. So stitchite and serpentine, really beautiful energy around this purple and this green. And to me, the green, again, represents this heart-spaced energy, and this purple around this higher wisdom and understanding around moving forward. So I feel like it's staying with the theme here around this truly loving whatever it is that you're doing, and understanding that coming from your heart is going to really help you move forward and propel the direction and the energy forward in a way that you'll always know that you're going in the right direction. So when this comes out, it kind of asks you to step into a little bit of that meditative mind, to be able to quiet yourself so you stay on the right path, so you stay in that heart-based center. If something is challenging for you, we can go round and round in our head, and a lot of times it can give us, or we can look outside to our friends and our family, our coworkers, and get lots of different information. So it's asking you to go within and to kind of clear out any energies, detoxify any old thoughts and any patterns, any way of thinking, and sit in that void, sit in that meditative mind where everything is gone and you're just sitting with your heart. So that's what I would say. Sit with your heart, sit with that light of inspiration that is within that third eye. I love that both of these are coming together in this stitchite. So I'm going to read a little bit. It says, visualize all the colors of the rainbow swirling within and around you. Feel these beautiful healing colors flowing through your mind and heart, and imagine your thoughts being infused with eternal light. And it says that if you sit quietly in this meditation and invoke the healing powers of love, which they're imagining yourself being bathed in through a rainbow light or any other light that you decide that you want it to be, actually helps raise the energy level within your body, within your mind, within your awareness. So what a beautiful way to start your reading. So let's see, the second inspiration or something to pay attention to when you move into 2025 is a number. So I thought we'd bring out a number card. And if you're a numbers geek like me, I see them everywhere, patterns, specific numbers, and they mean something to me because I've given them the meaning. So if you receive a card and it means something a little bit different to you, then, put the meaning that you are feeling here. So 6, 6, look at this, and 2, 2, 2, 2. So the 6, 6 energy is really interesting. I know, undoubtedly, I say this a lot, but I know that I have not received this card before. And so the revisit card. Now, one of the things that I love is that you've got this purple energy. We started off with some of this purple energy, and we have, a lot of this kind of purple, blue, and then we have this green and orange going on as well. But it's a very beautiful energy to, to bring into your space. So that could also be something that could be inspiring for you as you move into the new year. These purple, blues, there's green in here as well. That kind of energy, that kind of, I think that's considered a cool energy as you move in, and this is considered more of a warm energy, but these are cool energies, may help ground you a little bit and make you feel a little bit more in your heart-spaced energy. The 6, 6 is, it says that hope and healing are possible, and embrace greater compassion before as you move forward, and there is a promise of something really beautiful coming in the new year. And it says here, turn your face turn your focus towards your roots and your home life. It's very interesting. So there could be something that you are needing to take care of, you know, in the new year. Maybe there are some things, some changes that you need to make. When it's asking you to kind of step into your power and your love and your inspiration, you could be being asked to serve for others. There is this twin flame card around love, right? And I'm obviously noticing the connection with the opening card around this heart space energy and the possibility of a new love coming in. And when you're standing in this beautiful energy that you have here in the Queen of Wands, and that's a very creative, fiery energy, it could, of course, bring about love. You know, what is it? Is that something that you would like to have in 2025 as you move forward? So twin flame is around partnerships and soulmates, and these really passionate connections, whatever they may be. And I love that this passionate light here was connected to the Ace of Cups. So whether you're looking for love or not, this is kind of moving into that sort of space. And the revisit card could be somebody that's coming in from your past. So stay open and find that lens of clarity through paying attention to sitting quietly in your dream time, in your meditation. Could be in your dream time. Maybe that's why that came out the way it did. And stay open to possibilities of what could be new coming in the new year. So let's move on to our medicine cards with the animals. And it's so beautiful, this energy that's coming forward here. Let's see. What are the animals that want to come out? It's funny because they made me work for it in the other reading as well. Wanted, you know, a lot of, it's really interesting because the card that I saw on the bottom of the deck was the card that it just keeps coming back into my mind over and over and over again, which was the, it's funny, it was the frog energy. And so I'm feeling like frog energy was for you, although it's not here right now, is it? So, well, let's keep going. And if frog energy may have some relevance for you, but it may not be the overarching guy for you. So let's keep moving. So I tried to find frog in here and he didn't want to be seen. So frog energy is around this divine, feminine, healing energy. So if that means anything to you as you move forward, okay. So a lot of cards jumped out here. What I'm going to do is I'm hearing that it's this one, moose energy. Okay. So I love that. I don't know if you notice a theme here, but you have this 11. You have double numbers here, quadruple numbers here, and double numbers again. And to me, this 11 energy is a beautiful divine energy around. When I see 11, I feel like it's a luck, or the angels are shining on me or something. It's almost as if it's asking you to stay focused on some level as to what's coming in for you. Now, the moose energy, let's see if we can find it here in the guidebook. It says it's around self-esteem, right? So yeah, so it's funny because the first thing that popped into my mind, and I was just kind of listening to it, so sorry for the pause, is that the information that I was getting was something around this twin flame and revisiting, and perhaps that you don't feel that you could revisit something, or there was somebody that you were really interested in and he's coming back as a possibility, but you're kind of not feeling like you're either worthy enough, or that you're pretty enough, or you're young enough, or you're thin enough, or you're successful enough, or whatever it is. But the moose is asking you to really look at what's coming into your life, that it's coming into your life because energetically, the thing that you don't see about yourself, the thing that you can't kind of criticize and condemn, underlining has brought this thing, this great energy into your space, whatever it may be. So if it's not a love for you, then it's something else that you do love deeply is coming in. But sometimes we have this feeling that we're not worthy, and the moose energy is coming in to say you are absolutely worthy. Energetically, when you take away all the things that you're criticizing with your mind, there's this divine light that is inherently you. And so you need to revisit that. And if you are criticizing yourself for any reason and not feeling worthy, it's asking you to ask yourself why. Why is that you're not feeling? So go into meditation, ask for some clarity on that. So, because you really should feel good about yourself. It could also, on the other side of the coin, the moose could be telling you that there is a reason for you to feel really good about what you're doing. So if you're not feeling it yet, you could be feeling it. Let yourself really raise your energy by allowing yourself to feel inspired by whatever it is that's happening in your life through that amazing opportunity that has come in for you. Okay, so we're going to grab 2 more oracle cards. One is going to be the journey. And let's see what this card is bringing in for you for pile number 2. What is the card that would like to come out for pile number 2? I'm really enjoying the reading so far. Okay, I'm hearing it's the bottom. Okay, emotions. Very interesting card to come out here, because it's the one thing that we don't have here as we're looking. So we have this, oh yeah, we do. It's right here under the ace. What am I thinking? So the ace is around your emotional quotient. It's your value that you're giving to something. It is how you are feeling about what's going on in your life. And I love that they have everything here, from the rain to the rainbow and the sun, the clouds. It's all here. None of your emotions are bad, is what I'm hearing in this. Is step in and allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you are feeling. And it's, you know what I've heard, and you know, I know this working with energy medicine, is that if you just allow yourself to really deeply feel something that was painful or tragic, or you know, something that was uncomfortable, and you sit with that emotion just for 90 seconds, that it allows your body to experience it, which is what it really wants to do, and then it can be released. It's that thing within you that says, I can't deal with that right now, and you push it aside, which creates, you know, either patterns for it to happen again, because you're so, when something comes into your life, you are meant to experience it. It came to you for a purpose. It doesn't have to be something that you hold on to for life. It can be just a moment. You know, it could be a reason that it's coming in, or it could be a life-changing event. So all those things could happen. So there's a quote in here from Vincent van Gogh. It said, let's not forget that small emotions are the great captains of our lives, and that those we obey without knowing it. Meaning that sometimes when we don't deal with something, it just is that theme that runs in the background, and we don't know, because we keep bumping into the same thing and wondering, why does this thing keep happening to us? It's because the emotions are, it's the beautiful thing about being human, is that to experience life is to experience it through our emotions, through our senses, through feeling, through seeing, through tasting, through all these emotions that help us discover who we are, really. So let's see what else we have here. So the cards now are going to be the Spirit Mamas Oracle. So what would the Spirit Mamas like to add to this beautiful reading for pile number 2 as we move forward into 2025? Okay, honor your duality. Okay, what a beautiful card to come out there. So it's asking you to see, as we were talking with the emotions, and I think that's probably why it came out right now, is that there are no bad parts of you, to make sure that you see both the dark and the light. And, you know, to say that we don't have any darkness, you're looking and judging darkness as being bad. You don't see the night as being the bad part of the 24 hours. And it's the same thing with those emotions. When we get angry, or when we are like hating somebody for something, experience the emotion and know that it's an emotion, and then let it go. It doesn't have to define you. You don't have to be a hateful person because you had a hateful thought, or you don't have to be a crybaby because you cried when something really moved you, whether it was sadness or whether it was joy. So that's part of the problem I think that we have, is that we label something and then we decide that we can't be that if it's something that society feels isn't right. So let's go into the two things that I also wanted to give to you in this reading. One is a card of inspiration. So we're using the Divine Feather Messenger as what is pile number 2's inspiration as they move into 2025. Excuse me. All right. I think that's a beautiful card of inspiration. This beautiful blue feather right here over this, which I love, just reinforces this. Really revisit something that is very, very powerful, love of some sort coming in. So let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It's time to embrace who you really are. Yeah, so if something from your past comes in and it's something that you really miss from your past, it's telling you that it's always been a part of you, and that denying that aspect of you has not served you. All it's done is kind of kept you kind of moving around that thing that you want. And I think it's time to jump in and experience it, that whether it's a new love or whether it's an old love coming back. I think the reason why it's coming here under this stitchite and serpentine to ask you to kind of meditate and be aware of these things that are coming in. So if the parrot symbol comes in for you in 2025, it's time to embrace who you really are and to let go of thoughts and opinions of others, because other people's thoughts, even though they're, given to us, whether we ask for them or not, a lot of times, are their perspective. It's always going to be their perspective. Now, sometimes we need another person's perspective, but a lot of times we don't even ask for it, we get it anyway. And then it just clouds our own perspective about things. So if that has been happening for you, it's asking you to let go of the other people's opinions, because this is around personal expression. So as we know, parrot kind of mimics what it's told, and that's why it's saying let go of what other people are telling you. The parrot can't be a true parrot if he learns all these words and now we've decided that he understands all the words that he's saying. He's mimicking what he's heard. And sometimes when we're raised in an environment, we mimic things good or bad, and it's time possibly to shed some of those old behaviors, old thoughts, old way of doing things is really what I'm getting from this card, because some things that we have thought are ours aren't really ours. They were just, gifted to us whether we wanted them or not, because it was the environment that we were in. So that's what we're getting here with parrot. So that is your inspiration, is to embrace who you really are and to let go of anything that doesn't feel like you. That's your inspiration. And what are the challenges that Kali will help us with in 2025? Can we get a card of challenge for pile number 2 for 2025? Okay, so this card is Kapali. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh, what an incredible image here. So Kapali, it says, tune into the spiritual power within you. It is beyond what society understands and offers you. So isn't that interesting that it's coming right next to this parrot card, which is suggesting that possibly that some of the behaviors and some of the things that you are dealing with in your life are things that were just something you were born into, something that you've just always done, and they're not really nourishing you. It says, it is beyond what society understands and can offer you. It will nourish, protect, and inspire and guide you through any troubles. So that's what that spiritual power within you does, because it's the true nature and essence of who you are. It's not something that somebody gave you. It's not something that you learned. It's just you. If your path is diverging from your original plans or is out of sync with those around you, trust in what's happening and know that you are within Kali's care. So I love you. I love you. Oh, maybe you needed to hear I love you. I love that what Kali said is that, maybe the care of Kali, maybe you need to hear love. Maybe you're not feeling love within the environment that you're in. And it's not indicative of who you are. It's there, or the absence of love is to show you the other side of what great deep love is, right? When you spend, like when you understand what love isn't, sometimes you can see what true love is. So I love that that card is coming in for you. So let's go back to the cards that we have. Your the cards that we have for your tarot. Okay, so let's finish up this reading and ask for what are the final messages here for reading number 2. I'm going to pull these 2 cards. We had this in the other reading too, like these endings that are coming in, and you have the 10 of Wands and card number 16, which is around sudden endings. So both of these cards are letting you know that there is something that needs to come to an end. And this is like, when you're looking at this card, she's kind of over the hill. She no longer has to carry the burdens on her own. A lot of times you'll see the image where somebody's holding 10 wands, which is this creativity, which is what's in the Queen. It's being able to put an end to this old way of, you know, expressing yourself and being able to move forward, or being able to get help. So whenever I see this particular image, I think that you're getting help as you end out a particular time. And this is around creativity, some sort of energetic time in your life. Something about what you've been creating is coming to an end is really what I'm hearing, because it's being paired here with the tarot card, the Tower card. So whether it's something that you want to end or not, it feels like it's something that needs to end. And it could just be this, you know, these relationships within your life that are saying or expecting you to be something that you're really not, because you've always been. So as soon as you decide to change that, somehow or another, you're wrong for making that change, even though it's not about you. If somebody else can't deal with it, it's about them. It's about their expectation of you, right? So when we step out into our own true power, which is where we began here, following our heart space, following our own little light, that we find our true self, our true love, and stop following others. Honor your duality. You know what I mean? If sexually you are attracted to male and female, that's a duality. If you, you know, feel like you, you know, can't be creative because you're also, you know, a mathematician, that's a duality. You can be both of things at the same time. So let's see what else is coming out. Ooh. So these 2 cards kind of floated out. Yeah, 3 of Pentacles, and it's funny because we have the reversal of the Ace of Pentacles. And so the 3 of Pentacles, this is around, you know, what you're going to experience here. And this is only for this, you know, as we're stepping into this 2025, it could be something that continues, but it's asking you to kind of revisit what you think about yourself, how you take care of yourself, honoring all parts of you. None of it is bad. Knowing that there's a change around, you know, the way that you're moving forward, your creativeness, how you go into this world, that a change is needed. And part of it could be that you have an opportunity to work with new people, or, you know, just be around somebody that helps you change things in a new way. Now, this is the 3 of Pentacles, which is a very new energy. Make sure you're seeing all that. It's a very new energy coming into the space. So it's the beginning of something. So as always, when we have a big ending, something has to open up. So with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, what I see is this helping hands. It's like something that's really going to shelter you in a way that creates this new opportunity for growth on a physical level for you. Let's see if there is anything else for your reading. I feel that this is pretty clear. Okay. Yeah, so it's so funny because when you sometimes see things upside down, you think, oh, it's the absence of the beginning of money. And I think that's the reason why the 9 of Pentacles came out. Is it's telling you there's an opportunity for you to really understand that your work has rewards to it. That what the work that you do on yourself in the world is going to come back to you. And the 9, this is a 9 year that we're going into. And I think it's going to be a really good year for you when it comes to finances and tangible things as you move forward. So reading number 2, thank you so much for being here. I hope you will share the reading. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I'd love to hear what you thought of the reading. So until then, have an amazing day. Bye now. All right, so this is for you. You can tell I'm talking a lot. This is for you, reading number 3, pile number 3. So we started off with several cards for you, and you have chosen the One World Tarot. So I'm going to put these aside, and let's take a look at where the theme and this overarching theme as you go into 2025. So we have the King of Pentacles. So if you're looking at like having the abundance you desire, whether it's physical abundance or whether it's, you know, just having the resources that you need, the King stands in his power of everything tangible. He has what he needs moving forward. So I think that that is a beautiful way to start your reading. We also have the Nine of Wands, or excuse me, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is around this, a little bit of a chaotic energy that's coming in around some like fiery, somewhat fast moving, I'm kind of hearing a resource. That's what I'm hearing, is that there's some resources coming in for you to be able to use as you move forward into the new year. Now we also have the 6, which is the Lover's card. And this beautiful image in the Lover's card is around being able to have what you need moving forward with something else, with something that brings about a connection of some sort. It could be that you have a person coming in, you have great financial and some new, with the wands and this new fiery energy coming out. I'm going to put this little thing right here on the top just to cover that up, just in case that there is any problems with that visual. But yes, so that's because it's right next to this wand energy that is talking about this new excited creative flow that's coming in. And I love that it's right here by this, like I plucked this out of the ocean when I was out in California. And so it, you know, there's a lot of great energy out there. And, you know, because it's interesting, you have a male and a female here, and you have a male and a female here, and this is divinely guided. Whatever that is coming in for you is something that don't take it lightly. There is some really powerful force at work here. And it could feel a little chaotic because it's not something that you're used to receiving, but I think that there's something really powerful in something coming in for you right here in the new year. Now, I've said this reading is for like the beginning of the year as we move into the first week, but of course, this is overarching theme for 2025. So we can, you know, see some of these themes run out throughout the year. So what I wanted to do also is to bring in cards of inspiration from crystals, numbers, and animals that could be a theme for you and something that you need to see. So these two cards separated themselves, and I'm going to bring that right here. And you're the first one that has 2 crystals, and the crystals, isn't this interesting? So it looks like, you know, opposing symbols. So we have rose quartz, which is a very well-known symbol. The rose quartz has to do with love. So this could be a new love coming into your life. I was seeing this new energy coming in for you, which is a very passionate energy from the Knight of Wands. And the King of Pentacles could be a person or an aspect of your own life, having the security and the finances that you need, maybe a new job as you're moving into the new year, something that brings out a real sense of stability coming in, and then some sort of connection that could possibly be related to love on some level. And then we have Snowflake Obsidian, which obsidian by nature is kind of a protective stone, right? It is that dark grounding stone that a lot of people carry as protection. And obsidian is a form of glass that's created under heat and pressure, as most gems are, but through, I believe it is through lava. So because it has the white, it's also not only just a protective stone, but it's also very empowering and can bring about a lot of ideas. It's like it has that water energy. And I think that that's what creates the snowflake. It's like the water and the fire, which is very interesting, the fire and the water. So it could be that these two energies that are coming together for you are within you. It could be that you're a water sign and you have a fire sign coming in, or it could be that there is a fiery personality and a very emotional personality. But whatever it is, I feel like there will be a flow, maybe something that you need to get used to, because this energy is coming in, I feel like, in a big way in the beginning of the year, or possibly something that develops throughout the year. So what this card, I'm going to read a little bit of what it says. It says, you have so many wonderful inspirations and ideas and talents, and a loving landscape to create and imagine. So for the last few years, you've been in like some sort of an incubation period, a time in which you have subconsciously been collecting creative fuel to be used at a later date. Oh, I love this. Well, the time is now. You will soon begin to express and empower your ideas and inspiration as you discover practical applications for them in the physical world. It's now time for you to shine, so don't hold back any longer. I'm so happy. When I read the things in the guidebook, I know that there is something important that it's going to tell me about the card that, you know, isn't immediately in my mind. So I love that. So this is something to pay attention to as you move into the new year. It seems like there's a lot going on for you, bringing out something that perhaps you've been wanting, whether it's stability or love or this creative flow. Now we're going to go to these beautiful numbers and see if we have an inspiring number that wants to share with pile number 3. I'm hearing go to the bottom. So adventure. Okay. So adventure 1414. So one of the reasons why I wanted to bring out these cards around numbers, and I love that we still have this pink energy that we're going on here. And I see this light energy in the middle. 1, 4. 4 is around stability. 1 and 4 is 5, which is a great change. It was saying that you've been in an incubation period and times are changing. It's time to now shed your light, or show your light, not shed it, but you know what I mean? Like unveil it is what I'm hearing or seeing. And this is around adventure. So maybe there's an opportunity for you to really, when I think of adventure, I think of a fiery energy, which is this Knight of Wands energy that came in the very beginning. And so I'm kind of getting a sense of that possibly there's going to be a new adventure awaiting as you step into your gifts and stop, you know, feeling like you have to, you know, if you're like me, I'm like an information collector, and I feel like I have to know everything about everything before I move forward. And sometimes it's good just to open your heart and move in the direction that you know you're supposed to be in. So this is on embarking on a new adventure. It's also, it says adventure awaits, and it's kind of like what this card was saying. It's like your time is now. The adventure may not be a physical adventure where you're going somebody, but it could be an adventure in your life that's opening up all this new energy for you. So take a deep breath, leave your comfort zone, and open up to what wants to come into your space right now. So we're going to go to the animals and see what is the animal spirit that would like to come in through the medicine cards for you today. And it's really interesting because the energy in these cards today is very interesting. It's much heavier than it usually is. And I feel like it's because there's a great importance with the animals that are coming out for us. Okay, so there are 2 cards that are showing themselves here. And one is card 17, which is Mountain Lion. And one is card 37, which is Antelope. And this card did come out in another reading. What's really interesting is all these cards did not come out for other readings. They're coming out for you. So I feel like this is a year where a lot is going on. The other cards, you know, weren't quite, you know, it's just like there's a lot of information here for you. The other cards had great information, but there weren't quite as many. We started off here with that, with this fiery, passionate energy of 2 ideas and something coming together, this great understanding of stability. And then we have this beautiful, like, coming out of your shell and stepping into this love that could be coming into your life. And that is part of this adventure that is happening for you. So with the Mountain Lion, it's bringing in leadership. So there's a whole nother idea. So if that's something and a part of this that you have kind of kept under wraps and incubated, now is the time for you to step into your leadership, because that's what the Mountain Lion card brings into a situation. It says, know it and live it, and your example will filter down into the tiniest cub in the pride. So you may already be experiencing yourself as a leader, and it could be something that, you know, you have always just done naturally, or it could be something that you've been shying away from. But either way, somehow in the energy of 2025 is asking you to step into that leadership role, because under 37 with the antelope, it's all around action. So with the element of action, it's asking you to just go for it, to just move into that space of whatever it is that is, you know, kind of opening up. I'm going to pause the video and just straighten everything up. Okay, so that was very interesting that I felt the need to do that. And what was also wonderful is that all I did was the whole thing just fell down when I went to adjust it. And then when I put it back, it was right exactly where I feel like it needed to be, which is kind of, I think, important for you in the reading. It's kind of asking you not to try too hard, not to overthink about. Think of it as an adventure and just move forward. Go into that step, that now is your time. It's now. You're supposed to be moving forward. Let's see what the spirit mamas have to say with this. I feel like it's this card. Oh, look at that. That was in the last reading as well. Duality. There's no bad parts of you. To go ahead, to know that you can be this and that the energies around duality. There's something that you need to see. There's, you know, this black and white energy, or the softness and the blackness here. It's like there's two people here, two different energies that are coming together. And it's one of the things that I was talking about earlier, about how this is created with the fire and the water, and that, you know, the importance of understanding. Don't look at a part of you and feel like, oh, I can't because of this. It says, today, honor the balance of light and dark within you, for there's always both, and you just can't have one without the other. So just as you can't have fall without spring or winter without summer, it's all about the yin and the yang that is a natural occurrence in life. And that could be one of the reasons why the Lovers card is here. That's the Gemini card. That's the duality card. I mean, I'm a Gemini, and I know that I walk that line of duality all the time. It can be quite an adventure to do that, because one day I could be super happy and the next day I could be really, you know, introspective and just kind of very serious. So it's like loving all aspects and learning that the dark and the light are there, and they both serve each other. There's not one. You can step into one and the other, and they both could be right at the time that you're doing so. So as we move forward on our journey, let's get a journey card and see what is the card for pile number 3 as we move forward. Okay, we have 2 cards that landed on the floor. Of course you have 2 cards, because your reading has been full of cards today. So intuition, I love that. And then we have rest. So as you can see here, we have 2 cards asking you to step into this new world, step into this new ability, because I think that things are coming in for you. I think it is for a lot of people. You know, I would dare to say everybody, that there are things available to us that are beyond our understanding, that are trying to come in for us, and that to absorb that and rest, absorb that and rest, absorb that and rest. And that's what I'm hearing from both of these cards, is that's the message and the reason why they're coming out. So I wanted to bring out 2 cards, 1 card of inspiration with the Divine Feather Messenger. So let's see. I kind of feel like it's these 2 that went sideways the second I opened up. So we have Goose. Your dreams and desires are calling you into action. This is exactly what these cards were saying, and it's time to move forward. The journey begins today. And then use your keen perception and skill in making decisions, and do not delay. And this is the other things. This the cards here around leadership and taking action. So it's definitely a theme for you as you move forward. This is your overarching theme, is that it's time for you to step into the roles, to stop keeping yourself being small, that there are aspects of you that you probably don't think, you know, people will approve of, but don't shut out one side of you, and that perhaps either a love is going to come in, or perhaps just a coming together of your own energies. I think you'll be receiving a lot of intuition as you move forward. Make sure that if you receive information from outside sources, whether, you know, you get an ET understanding or divine guidance from your higher self, receive the guidance and sit into it, and then rest. Make sure that in the midst of all of your crazy adventurous moving forward in 2025, that, and I think that's why it's in the middle here, is that you rest. And this is, you know, saying dreams and desires are calling you into action, and don't delay. There you go. So, Kali, that was my next thought, is that the next card is Kali, and it's around a challenge or something. Now, Kali is kind of like the remover of these challenges. So this is the card that's coming in for you. Artha of Kali, you are forging your authentic path. In support of that, you shall attract great blessings that will benefit all beings. To live a spiritually and creatively self-directed life takes incredible strength and trust in yourself. So remember that the promise of your sacred success, which is the card that we started with here, is being fulfilled through every challenge and every blessing. Trust in what you were born to accomplish. So I love that card, because here we are being able to express our heart, our trueness, not to, you know, go into that this or that kind of mentality, but step into that leadership role if you feel called to, because it could very well be a really big part of your 2025. So now we're going to go to the Oracle deck, or excuse me, the Tarot deck, the One World Tarot, this new beautiful deck that I just got, and ask for any additional messages as we end the Page of Wands. So it's interesting because we have the Knight of Wands here, and we have the Page. So the Knight is a really passionate moving forward, but I feel like the Page of Wands brings out a new like creative inspiration on some level. As you can see, this looks like a very young person, a lot of young people that are looking and following and listening. And so it could either be a young person that is bringing out inspiration, but it could also be, you know, go about this leadership role with this kind of creative youth as you move forward. Don't take it too seriously, but it's a role that I think you'll fall into naturally. So let's see. Okay, that's way too many. Maybe I'll take the Two of Swords energy that was right there on top. So the Two of Swords is about blocking out things that you don't want to hear, or whether it be your own thoughts or whether it be somebody else's. It's like, you know, this duality thing, you know, because this is around communication. So something that you either don't want to hear, or something that somebody, like you could have somebody that is telling you, oh, you can't do this because you're new at it or whatever. It's telling you you can, like, block out anything that is kind of a negativity. Wow, I love this, because look at all this cup energy that's coming out, and it's coming out right here over this love. So the Queen of Cups is able to balance out the duality of land and water, about what her beautiful heart space energy, what she needs, what she desires, and really tap into that in a magical way. And I feel like that's going to be a new way for you, because as the Queen of Cups offers, again, it could be a new love coming in, which we saw here in the Lover's card. If you're a Gemini, it could be something around you. But I feel like coming from a heart-spaced place in 2025 is going to be very important for you. Follow your intuition, follow this leadership role, follow this, your heart. That's the reason why all this, I think, is right here in the middle of the reading. And if you've been hidden and kept yourself kind of cocooned, now is your time. Now is the great adventure of your life, and you are forging your authentic path, and then the universe will reward you. just make sure that you take time to follow the guidance that you're given. Always follow your heart-based energy that comes in for you, and rest, because you have a very, very beautiful year coming up for you. And that is your reading for today. I don't think we need anything else. How can you not end on a big heart-based Ace of Cups and Queen of Cups energy coming out for you? So if something is really bothering you, you have the ability to block it out. It also could mean that something's coming in that you don't necessarily see coming. But if that's the case, it's going to be something really beautiful, and it's going to open your heart in a brand new way. So thank you again. Have an amazing day. Bye now.